Britain and Tobago collaborate for emergency aid exercise. CPEP workers to receive outstanding payments, and Tobago's development is being hailed as significant.
Info
Update.
bringing you the latest news, views, and reviews.
Along with responses
comments and events
affecting you.
Brought to you by the Information Division of the Tobago House of Assembly.
Today we get started with news of a visit from a very special vessel. Caroline Wallace has the details.
You may have seen a large ship moored outside the Scarborough port, tucked away from the Deepwater Channel entry. That's the RFA Wave Knight, a British Royal Fleet auxiliary vessel. It's here as part of efforts to deepen ties between Tobago and the United Kingdom. Today, the ship's crew collaborated with the Tobago Emergency Management Agency, TEMA, on an emergency aid exercise. They're also lending a hand with some community support projects on the island. The British High Commissioner to Trinidad and Tobago, Tim Stew, says this visit from the Wave Knight will also create awareness of its work in the wider Caribbean.
We have a presence of a Navy vessel here in the Caribbean region throughout the year. A lot of people don't know that. They don't know that they're out there doing counter-narcotics work. They don't know that there's that reassurance that they can be here if they need to be, if we have an emergency, if we have some sort of natural crisis.
Mr. Stew says Britain is continuously looking for ways to partner with this country.
I've been talking to the Chief Secretary this morning and other members of the Assembly about some of the commercial work that we want to do to try and build the two-way commercial flow to support our mutual prosperity.
Mr. Stew says strengthening relationships between countries is important in the modern global world. He says this can be done with initiatives like these, as well as in other areas like trade and culture. I'm Caroline Wallace for Info Update.
We have an update on payment for Tobago's CPEP workers. Here's more.
CPEP workers will receive their outstanding payments by the end of this week. The assurance is being given by the Division of Health and Social Services. The division stated in a press release that the delay in payment is due to a late release of funds. Payments should be made to all CPEP workers by Friday, November the 4th. Anyone seeking further information can contact the division's communications unit at 639-3395, extension 7271 or 7272. I'm Kern De Freitas for Info Update.
We move to last week's Assembly discussions on self-government, where Tobago's development is being hailed as significant. Omadara Mills has the details.
Tobago is much better off than it was 4 decades ago. That's the assessment from the Secretary of Infrastructure and Public Utilities, Gary Melville, made during Thursday's special plenary sitting to discuss the draft bill for Tobago's self-government. The Secretary says the quality of life in Tobago has improved significantly since the THA was re-established.
Madam Presiding Officer, 36 years ago when the Assembly would have come into being, Tobago was a different, life was quite difficult, especially for persons coming from rural areas like myself.
Mr. Melville says he has seen Tobago grown in several areas. These include employment, healthcare, and access to housing.
All of the things by which people measure development, yes, we have improved, and we are better off because we have had a level of autonomy brought on by the Act of 1977 as well as Act 40 of 1996.
Mr. Melville is also giving his full support to Tobago's campaign for self-government. Tobago has completed the draft bill, which will now be considered by Cabinet. I'm Omadara Mills for Info Update.
That's it from all of us at the Department of Information. I'm Josa Ambrasi, and you've been listening to Info Update.